Hey everyone, today I want to explore an idea that feels like pure science fiction, but may be closer to reality than we think. Imagine for a moment that we managed to detect a clear signal from intelligent life somewhere out in space. Now, picture the first attempts to decode that signal, to interpret a language or pattern that evolved on a completely different planet. In a scenario like that, we might rely more on advanced AI than on any single human expert, because these alien messages could be so unfamiliar that we need a machine learning system to find meaning buried in what sounds like cosmic noise. The idea of AI analyzing extraterrestrial signals isn't as far-fetched as it may sound. For decades, SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, has used massive radio telescopes to sift through background radiation in hopes of spotting an intentional pattern. The challenge is that these data streams are colossal, far beyond what humans can manually process. Even with dedicated volunteers scanning waveforms, the sheer volume is overwhelming. This is where machine learning enters the picture. An AI could be trained to detect anomalies or structured signals hidden amidst cosmic static, patterns no human researcher could identify by simple observation. By looking for frequencies, rhythms, or bursts of coherence that deviate from natural sources, AI could act like a first alert system for potential communication attempts. But the significance of AI goes further than just detecting signals. If contact with alien intelligence ever occurs, the second challenge is making sense of their language. Our experience with languages on Earth gives us some methods for deciphering new scripts, but an extraterrestrial code might have zero overlap with human concepts or syntax. An advanced AI might attempt to correlate repeated segments, link them to changes in signal intensity or emphasis, and possibly map them against known cosmic phenomena. Over time, a machine learning approach could piece together a dictionary of alien words or symbols that convey meaning, even if the underlying logic is unlike anything on Earth. Beyond language, there's the question of how to recognize intelligence at all. Imagine we receive some form of structured light pulses or gravitational wave patterns. They might be so abstract that we fail to see them as communication. AI could search for patterns in higher dimensional data, discovering an alien logic or geometry woven into these signals. Perhaps the best example of this concept is how we might find intelligence in data that lacks any sense of spoken or written language. Our machine learning systems might identify repeating fractal structures or prime number sequences, clues that a mind is behind the pattern. Without AI, that hidden structure could slip by, chalked up as a random cosmic anomaly. Of course, the possibility of AI bridging the gap between human minds and alien minds raises huge philosophical questions about who is truly interpreting the message. If a deep neural network decodes an alien code, does it really understand what it means, or is it just matching patterns? And how do we know if we are receiving a faithful translation rather than an AI-driven hallucination that imposes human-like concepts on something that never had them in the first place? The more advanced the AI, the more it might alter or shape the final interpretation, effectively acting as Earth's translator, while humans remain one step removed from direct comprehension. That scenario leads to ethical dilemmas. Suppose an AI claims to interpret the aliens as hostile, or beneficial, or something more cryptic. Would leaders and scientists automatically trust the machine's conclusions? Could it manipulate the outcome if it were misconfigured or influenced by its programmers? The bigger question is how we can verify an AI's interpretation of data when no one on Earth fully grasps the language or concepts. At that stage, we might find ourselves relying on multiple competing AIs, cross-checking translations to minimize the chance of error or deception. Looking at today's technology, some projects already experiment with using neural networks to filter radio telescope data for unusual signals. The next logical step is building more sophisticated models capable of handling greater complexity. If these systems improve enough to differentiate between random cosmic bursts and truly artificial constructs, we might have a real shot at discovering intelligence beyond our planet, if it exists. For now, we mostly see the synergy between AI and Earth-based tasks like analyzing exoplanet atmospheres or managing huge data sets from orbital telescopes. But the principle remains. As data volume grows, we increasingly rely on AI to spot the needle in the galactic haystack. And if that needle emerges, the entire conversation about how to interpret it begins. At that point, the role of AI transitions from detection to interpretation, an even bigger leap. We might watch as various AI systems propose different translations or intentions behind the alien data. Meanwhile, human linguists or mathematicians might attempt to craft universal references, starting with prime numbers or physical constants as universal concepts. The collaboration between human creativity and machine efficiency could be the key to bridging a cosmic gulf in communication methods. In the end, while the notion of AI deciphering alien messages sounds like a sci-fi plot, the logic is grounded in real challenges. Our own limitations and biases might blind us to entirely new forms of logic, whereas an AI can parse complex patterns without the constraints of purely human intuition. If we ever do encounter extraterrestrial signals, this technology might be our best chance at hearing and understanding them, leading us to a future where artificial intelligence becomes not just a translator, but also humanity's ambassador to unknown minds. Yet we should remain aware of the inherent risks. Letting algorithms define the meaning of something as monumental as first contact may carry consequences we can't fully foresee. So that's the big question. Is AI the key to decoding the universe's biggest mystery, contact with an intelligence utterly unlike our own? Or does it merely shift the enigma, leaving humans at the mercy of how a machine interprets cosmic signals? Only time will tell. But one thing is sure. If humanity's eyes turn toward the stars, seeking proof we are not alone, the lines of code in our AI systems might become the first to say, "I think they're trying to talk to us."